Welcome everyone to this Hardcore Wrestling Radio special report, and what a special report this is. We just found out moments ago that former WWE Divas champion AJ Lee, well also known as April Mendez, has retired from WWE's ring. Unbelievable. I'm still trying to sink this in. Joe, we know your reaction. What do you think about all this? Joe's stunned. He's speechless. He's shocked. That's what it is.
He's celebrating. He just don't want to talk with his mouth full.
Yeah, the sad thing is because for the longest time, everybody always said that, when CM Punk left in early 2014, that AJ Lee her career was not going to be affected, and it's been less than a year, and now here she is, gone just shortly after WrestleMania. And I find this so very, very ironic. James, you are our Divas.
There we go.
What do you think about all this?
Well, that's the Divas correspondent, spokesperson, whatever you call it, advocate. It's really surprising to see AJ Lee, your top diva, I feel like the face of the Divas division, retiring just like that. She never hinted at a retirement for the longest. And all of a sudden, she just pops on WWE.com, she's retiring. What does it mean for the Divas division now? That's your main question, because, yeah, you have the Bellas, you have Paige, but AJ Lee, since her stock went up in 2012, with the crazy chick gimmick, and then the Black Widow, her being general manager, being everybody's girlfriend, sorry. It kind of surprises the fact that, she's the most popular person, yet she retires just like that. I guess she wanted to do at least one more WrestleMania before she leaves. I don't know.
Oh, but, as I was just talking, but, Joe, now we all know that you're truly upset about AJ Lee leaving.
Yes. I am so, hold on, let me say this. I'm so happy I'm having chocolate pudding. Chocolate pudding, everybody.
He's popping fireworks at his house right now.
Yeah, you can see it from the back of my house.
You can see how broken up he really is. But on a serious note, what do you think is really behind this? I know that there is right now, we have no actual news behind this. It's just all of a sudden out in the open. What do you think might be behind this?
Maybe she wanted to join Punk on his tour, on his MMA tour, or maybe something happened behind the scenes that she just got upset and decided to call it quits. Now, everybody's heard me. All the fans have heard me. I'm always saying AJ's a 16-year-old because she doesn't have a body, and Paige is the 18-year-old without a body. My thing, and I hope this becomes a trend, I hope the Divas division all retire. We don't need the Bellas. They're boring. We don't need Paige. We don't need any other of these skinny little playboys, bunnies. What we need is women wrestlers. There's tons of them out there in the indie scene that are dying to get a good push. There's some working hard in NXT that can get a good push. So maybe with AJ leaving, maybe she pulled a Punk. Maybe she took her bra and walked out the door instead of her ball. This is a sign that something big has happened.
I feel like she's not like Punk. Because here's the thing, Punk walked out without a notice, and, WWE didn't say anything for the last few months. All of a sudden, you have AJ Lee retiring, and, WWE say something just like that. So I think it was her career decision she made. I think it's not because of Punk, but I think she just, feel overwhelmed with the fact that, you have to travel freaking 300 days a week. Not a week. 300 days a month. Not a month, a year.
A year.
300 days a year. All right.
Yes, James is so upset about this. He's sputtering words.
I know, right?
But this brings up an interesting question because we seem to make this that AJ seems to be evolving her life around her her new husband, CM Punk. Now this raises a question: if CM Punk had never left the WWE, would she have retired? This is the question, I'm guessing. And you've really got to ask that.
Yeah, that's a good question, but the fact is that, we don't know what's going on. It could be like, the fact is that you hear that, Stephanie Triple H hates most of the Divas, but Vince McMahon loves AJ Lee. The fact that, she's gone, and she was like your big moneymaker in the Divas division, that's not on Total Diva. And it might have brought up, Punk could be a reason why. And I think, we don't know until anything. And I heard that she's writing a book, too, so.
Yeah, I mean, she's also getting to that age where maybe she wants to bear a child. But, also got to think about the possible fact that for everybody else, the couples who've married who left, it might have maybe made her career a lot tougher because CM Punk didn't exactly leave, on great grounds. He left on tough grounds. He left on, and I'm sure that might have made things very, very hard for her. And I'm sure he's been gone for what, maybe like not even 6 months, not even, let's say, but just a little over a year. Excuse me. So it's kind of ironic that he's been gone that long, and now she's leaving. And that's a question that another has to be aroused. Again, we have very little information at this time. We will be following this story, and hopefully more information will be coming out in the weeks and months that follow.
I got a suggestion here. What if they wanted her to do some jobs for Paige or for the Bellas? After all, she had a nice, good winning streak at WrestleMania. She did win it for her team. But what if the situation somehow has changed? Maybe there was something with, who knows, maybe a CM Punk issue came up and, maybe they wanted her to get Punk back. And he said no, and she probably says, he said hell no. And, maybe when a wrestler all of a sudden retires, James, you will know our little 16-year-old, better than any of us because you talked to her. But what if the situation came down that maybe they asked her to job or start putting more people over? Could that have been something that she says, oh, hell no, and I'm leaving before she becomes a Dolph Ziggler?
I think with her, she started her career more as a jobber in like the Indies and also in WWE. The fact that she started as a jobber before she became the crazy chick, before she became, the Divas champion, general manager, and all that stuff. And I don't think it was her. I don't think it was the jobbing thing. I just feel like it could be, a lot of issues. She could have a family, but also note. They also say that she's retired from in-ring competitor. They didn't say They didn't say that she was. She asked for her release from her contract.
Wait, so what's happening?
We're talking about AJ Lee thing.
I'm aware of
reaction.
Yep. Well, welcome in, folks. The incomparable Lance Moss. Lance, we have to get your thoughts about AJ Lee retiring from the WWE.
Here's a put, Lance.
Just got a lot less sexy.
Yeah, that it did. Now, we've also been raising the question, do you think it has anything to do with CM Punk, or do you think she just left on her own accord?
I'm guessing a little bit of both.
Well, you also have to bring, I think it could be Punk. It could be the fact that, just look at this. Last year, in 2014, actually, in the last 2 years, both her best friend, Caitlyn, and Punk left WWE. And also Eve, if you want to count Eve, because... but as I say, I feel like more on her own accord than Punk.
Yeah, but you got to admit, if this was something like, that maybe gradually she was leaving, retiring, it would have been something different. This is all of a sudden moment. She had, like I said, a big moment at WrestleMania. For her to go, just say, hey, I'm picking up the ball and I'm leaving, maybe there's something more behind the scenes. Maybe they wanted her to step aside. Maybe they wanted her to do something else, and maybe she decided. Or
it could be like Edge and retire because of an injury.
Okay,
remember, she just came back from an injury. Remember that.
Well, this is true, but if you look at what happened with Edge, Edge at least had a chance to step in front of the crowd and say, hey, you know what, I'm injured, I can't wrestle anymore, and it's been great, thank you so much, and I'm going to leave. Lance, would you agree with that, or would you disagree with that?
Well, I think since Vince likes AJ, it's a well-known fact. I kind of think it was backstage politics bullshit. And I'm going to be the one, we're going to be the ones that starts the rumor here. Is AJ Lee pregnant?
Well, okay, we were talking about that. I'm thinking again, maybe she wants to leave again to, start a family. That is another possibility. Exactly. And the question is she just using the retirement angle so that way she can use her future endeavors?
Possibly.
I don't think it's a storyline, because if you use your real name, then yeah.
So these are questions again that we don't know right now. There's a lot that's not known because it's just that she retired. They didn't give any information. Nothing is known right now.
And not even AJ said anything about it too.
Exactly. So we will be following the story in the weeks and months that follow. But what we do is we want to know your thoughts and your comments. Please put your comments in the comments section below. And of course, please always follow us at Facebook.com/Hardcore Wrestling Radio. And please subscribe to us over at YouTube.com/HWR Show. Lance, where can everyone find you at?
At Lance Monster TV, at YouTube.com/Lance Monster TV, I'm sorry. I got album reviews, NASCAR discussion videos, redneck gourmet cooking videos, musical equipment reviews, and also follow me on Twitter. It's at Lance Monster TV. You can also find me underneath a bridge mourning the retirement of that ass.
Of course.
Hey, that sounds like... You hear the motorcycle?
Yep. We have the classic wrestling manager, Joseph Knight. Joe, what do you got going on, and where can everyone find you?
You can fans can follow me on Twitter at JKnightCWA. You can also follow me on Facebook at Facebook.com, Joseph Knight Manager. And you can also follow the CWA, my promotion, the Classic Wrestling Association, at Facebook.com/Classic Wrestling Association. You can also check our website at ClassicWrestlingAssociation.com, and you're gonna see me. You can also see me eating like chocolate pudding and celebrating that AJ's going, yes, yes, yes.
You bastard!
And last and certainly not the least, we have James from the Big Easy. James, what do you got going on? Where can everybody find you?
I'm on Twitch.tv/FatBoy504. I do gameplay. I am on YouTube.com/JTB70129. You can find me on Twitter at FatBoy504, and you can also find me on the Facebook page of both WGSTV and Hardcore Wrestling Radio, where I will be doing more. I'll be helping out with looking at more of the updates and posting it along should any updates occur.
All right. Well, for everyone here, I'm your hardcore host, Rickhead, saying we'll see you when we see you.
This thing is celebrated by chocolate pudding. Chocolate pudding. Chocolate pudding.